Good evening and welcome to a brand new week of Left, Right and Centre. I'm Nidhi Razdan. On the show tonight, is Mamata Banerjee fumes over the fuel price hike? Is she just posturing, or is her threat to the UPA for real? Is she, as a senior Congress minister described her, really a compulsive populist? Also, the oh my god moment of the day. Swami Agnivesh will be part of the reality show Bigg Boss. We're going to be speaking to his close aides to find out why. And on a lighter note, as Miss Venezuela wins the Miss World title, whatever happened to India's beauty queens? Why don't Indian women win those crowns anymore? It's been more than 10 years since we won our last one. But first, a look at the top headlines tonight. Ahead of her party MPs meeting with the Prime Minister in Delhi tomorrow over the fuel price hike, Trinamool Congress Chief Mamata Banerjee says that there will be no compromise on the price rise issue, but will the TMC go as far as withdrawing support to the UPA? Union Minister Salman Khurshid says the fuel hike cannot be negotiated.
We will express our grievances that increase of fuel prices 11 times in 12 months is hurting common people.
This is not a negotiation of give and take. I think we have to understand the context in which we are today in terms of political economy, in terms of the economic situation in the world, not just in our country alone, what is necessary and what we have to do.
The government's new food security bill is ready with major changes pushed by Sonia and Rahul Gandhi, which had backs what activists had wanted but which had been shot down by the government earlier. The cost of the subsidy will now increase by 12,000 crores. The bill will be introduced in the winter session of Parliament. Seeking to end speculation of a visible rift with Advani, Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi says the reports of a rift are the handiwork of a desperate media. Mr. Modi also sat next to Mr. Advani today during his rally, unlike on Sunday when they barely made any eye contact, leading to reports that things were now very openly strained between the two leaders. And surprise! Social activist and former Team Anna member Swami Agnivesh is going to be part of the reality show Bigg Boss, sharing the stage with the likes of Pooja Bedi and others. The announcement comes as a complete surprise. Well, an interesting lineup of stories there. But first up, the big political story today that has Delhi buzzing. Will she, won't she? Tomorrow evening, all 24 MPs of the UPA's key ally, the Trinamool Congress, will meet the Prime Minister to complain about the latest fuel hike and the fact that they were not consulted. The TMC is keeping its options open on whether to withdraw from the Manmohan Singh cabinet. But is this just posturing by Mamata, or will she actually carry out her threat?
Mamata Banerjee's press conference, the one where she served the UPA her party's ultimatum. Talk to us before taking critical decisions like the petrol price hike, or we quit. Tomorrow 5 p.m, all Mamata's MPs will talk to Manmohan Singh, then decide. Rolling back the petrol prices is not among their demands.
We will express our grievances that increase of fuel prices 11 times in 12 months is hurting common people. We are not being taken into confidence and there is no coordination persisting amongst the allied parties of the UPA too. This is not a good thing which is happening.
What the Trinamool says it really wants is to bridge a communication gap. A change in the UPA's operational structure, quarterly meetings between all UPA allies. But while Trinamool is breathing fire, the Congress is playing it cool. In Delhi, hardly any signs that the party is perturbed. In Kolkata, confidence that the Mamata-led crisis will sort itself out, especially since, at the same time as the Prime Minister's meeting with Trinamool MPs in Delhi, Pranab Mukherjee will be meeting Mamata Banerjee in Kolkata. An empty threat by Trinamool?
I can't say it's empty, but the threat will evaporate.
Thank you, Mr. Banerjee. But the meeting with the Prime Minister tomorrow could be a game changer. If Mamata withdraws her ministers or walks out, the UPA's numbers will be shaky. But if the Prime Minister manages to placate the MPs with the promise of more clout, and Pranab manages to placate Mamata with the promise of more central funds for Bengal, then what looked like the UPA's worst political crisis may just blow over. In Kolkata, Mamata Banerjee, NDTV.
So as Mamata Banerjee fumes, is she really a compulsive populist, as a senior minister here at the centre from the Congress has described her? And what about better coordination between the UPA and its allies? Let's go straight to our first big debate tonight. We're joined by Derek O'Brien from Kolkata from the Trinamool Congress. We're joined by the Congress's spokesperson Renuka Chaudhary from Hyderabad. Also joining us tonight from Mumbai is the BJP's Kiran Kher. Here in the studio with us is Neerja Chaudhary, senior political analyst. Also joining us this evening is senior economist and the chairman of HDFC, Mr. C.M. Vasudev, to give us a sense of why this fuel hike has happened and whether it was really needed. Derek, I'd like to ask you first, how far is the Trinamool Congress willing to go on this issue tomorrow as the MPs prepare to meet the Prime Minister? Could you really actually think about pulling out of the cabinet?
I think we've made our position very, very clear on this. One, there are some serious, more than misgivings. We are very, very upset with the way the prices have been going up and up and up. And in about, it was 55 rupees in June 2010, now it's 76 rupees. So price is one major issue. And our second issue is the way non-inclusive decisions have been taken in the UPA. Decisions are first taken and then we are informed about it. We would like these two major issues to be addressed.
And if you're not satisfied with what the Prime Minister says tomorrow, is the TMC ready to pull out of this government, to withdraw support to the UPA? Is that serious? Because there is a sense that Mamata Banerjee tends to get really upset about these things, as she has done in the past as well. But these are threats and she doesn't actually carry them out.
Nidhi, let me respond to you by three things which have happened in the last 72 hours. One, since the Trinamool Congress came into existence, this is the first time a parliamentary committee meeting has been called at 14 hours notice. Number two, we have now minuted the parliamentary meeting. The minutes of that meeting were taken to Mamata Banerjee, who is also, besides being the Chief Minister of Bengal, our chairperson, and the ministers' resignation letters addressed to the Prime Minister were handed over to the chairperson. She has those with her. And three, all MPs, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, dropped everything what we're doing, and we're going there to be there by 5 o'clock. Now, these are the facts. That this is a serious issue that is open to interpretation. We are very serious about this because the current situation is extremely difficult for us to work in.
Renuka Chaudhary, how does the Congress look at this? So far, the Congress seems to have been responding looking rather unruffled by what Mamata is saying. A senior Congress minister, I can't name him, but we know who he is, called her a compulsive populist. What is the Congress's position today? You can hear what Derek is saying, that they're very upset, and the larger issue for the Trinamool seems to be that decisions are taken first and they are informed later.
Nidhi, I a little disappointed in how Mamata is reacting after she has become Chief Minister. Before the Bengal elections were held, she was very much part of the cabinet, and when the EGOM had taken a clear decision that they're going to let the market forces play on the oil prices, she didn't protest at that point. And surely she knew what the consequences are when we take a policy decision on such efforts. And today to threaten. Now, if you look dispassionately, step back and look at the picture clearly, you'll be able to see that. Is the studio on? It's cut
We
off.
can hear you.
You'll be able to see. Yeah, you'll be able to see that on the one hand, she demands a 1,000 crore handout. On the other hand, she's threatening to pull all her MPs and out of the government. Is that going to resolve the oil price rise? We've got to understand, I'm amazed that actually the nation is not involved in a debate which is of serious consequences. There are two dichotomies that are taking place in the global markets today. One, the American economy is going down. I'm not an economist, but pretty much as an educated reader, one gets a little concerned. You see the American economy not doing too great, but at the same time the dollar keeps strengthening.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.